I can fade my hair out and put a little more out right there and leave it there. Just cut the side down. If I do it, it ain't gonna come out right. It might will after a couple tries. It will after a couple tries. Y'all go watch that movie, Prisoners of War. That's a good movie. That's a good movie, man. Every movie make good. They still on this test, but it don't bother me no more. They just always on it. But because of the way they talk about it, the way they stress it, and because of how they abuse it, I've learned a lot. So we're gonna try to. I want some holistic doctors and some real doctors to really get to the bottom of this and get rid of it for good. Cause it's overwhelming. It'll be hard to get rid of it for good because they can keep going over it, doing it, but we can get rid of this, so it's an easy fit. Together it is. So it's basically like your base, your wall, your sacrosteum, and the ribbon. I'm gonna say the ribbon of a woman, but it could be, yeah, it's the ribbon of a woman, but, and whatever that belt called, I gotta look that up, that goes around, whatever that belt called that goes around, your waist, yeah. Where do we start with this thing? Alright, so basically it's heat. You got knots. Somebody put knots in it. It's tension. Tension spells, basically. Somebody overdid it. You could overdo some of them, and it creates a lot of knots. And it creates a lot of knots. Okay, well. Alright, well. And according to the text, what the text is trying to say is heat releases the knots. Well, you could have had a woman to do that, though, for the man. Like my flame could have did it. And she did do it to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? And the gifts from the flame that would have came to me went to somebody else. Because it's spiritual too. Because your spine is involved. You can feel like when your kundalini activates, you can feel it in your root chakra. You can feel the pressure. You can feel the pressure on your spine, and it has shifted a little bit at your bottom hip. Well, this do that as well. So I noticed that's tied in together somehow. And like I said, and that's how I knew you could just elevate. And what they're gonna do is, this is bad relics basically. What they're gonna do is, as you elevate the spiritual realm, they're going to send, as you elevate, they're gonna send clinical relics. I think that's what they call them. to replace the old relics. That's when you start seeing people dwindle a lot, go down in groups because they refuse to get on the right team. So all y'all start decomposing at a rapid pace, if I ain't mistaken. Now, this heat thing, it could possibly work if nobody is harassing you, but I'm not gonna okay it because it's still a sin against God. I ain't gonna okay it, but uh, um, I know it to possibly be true only because of Hugh Hefner. I remember Hugh Hefner doing something about that, and it was a little strategy that he made for people who wanted to do uh, the P word for a living, and this little thing. That's what he was doing, but I don't know the detail. I can't remember. It was so long ago when I seen that. It was so long ago when I seen that. I don't know how that even turned out, but I think that's what it is. They doing the heat to release the knots. It's done. This is spell work. This is spell work organization. I know the organization done to me, and I know the organization name, and I know the person who keep harassing me and keep doing this over and over again. And they're using their jackets, and they're so irritating. It's like their souls depend on it, not their life. Their souls depend on it. So how can we release this as a whole in the world? Maybe, possibly. Well, it's gonna take some studying because it's all tension spells. The tension spells. Okay, so the root chakra, your forest where the root chakra is. Okay. This is to one of them, this was a gift to one of them that knew my flames, my twins out there, the new North Node that were coming, but she, I don't know what the hell she got going on. Your forest, which is connected to your root chakra, has a, so you can imagine it in you can imagine it like a tunnel, like you actually inside of it. Okay, let's just say that, because it'll be easier for me to explain it. Let's imagine you're in this tunnel. Let's call it hell, and above this, you can walk in this tunnel, and it's dark, and it's it's heat, red. It's like you're inside of a snake. You know what I'm saying? And as you walk, you can see the well, I don't know why I want to say scoliosis, but it ain't invertebrate. You can see the spine to this snake, but it ain't no regular spine. It's like a vein. You know what I'm saying? It's a spine, but it ain't a spine. They got a word for that. I can't remember right now. But and this right here is the spring. Yeah. The spring. The spring. The spring is what they're using the tension magic on. They're taking the spring. I wish I had a spring. Just imagine a spring. And they're doing voodoo, whatever. And they're doing this tension magic on you. And it's making, that's why some people, you start drawing. I find myself doing that when I was younger. And still, because people keep doing magic. And then it'll draw up your whole body. And I had to meditate for a long time to release that. Because somebody just keep going. Somebody so irritating. I swear to God they is. Like I said, they older than me, whoever this is. So, the spring, imagine a spring, a thin spring, and you tie knots all through the spring. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And that's why sometimes everything be normal, but then all of a sudden it's right back. That's organization stuff, man. Somebody that's a child that done been born to be sacrificed, and we finna get rid of that. Cause you can't do that. Y'all can't do it. Y'all supposed to be out here building stuff, making people's lives better. You ain't supposed to be making people's lives a horror movie. So you can get it easy. That's just being lazy. You ride around in your car. I know your name start with a B. And you got 2 R's in your name. And you been getting on my nerve. I don't even know why you speak when you ride by. Do me a favor, stop. Now, anyway, so with that being said, all right, now they got these tools. That's probably how they're making these tools. You could probably make a doll. You make a doll. Now you can imagine a doll. They make a doll of you, and they wrapping the doll up. Boom, tension magic. That's why I say when you get your hair cut, you gotta have a barber, bro. You gotta have a barber that you know, and you're gonna have to probably spend some money on this barber. Unless you cutting your own hair. That's why I don't get mine, cause I want that. That's why I said that earlier. I want that fade and all that. But I can't get all that, bro. I can't get all that because I have to go to somebody and get my hair cut. And they also do stuff like that if you smoke. If you smoke, they can stab your lungs somehow. You ain't gotta smoke long, and then they change your tobacco up. And they'll mess your lungs up instantly. You have to pray and get new lungs. So when you meditate, and like I said, you elevate when you're trying to fix it naturally, because it's relics. It's a group act. It's a group that's doing this. You want to defeat the whole group, because them relics, I call them relics. I mean, relics could definitely be something else, but I call, like, you got a group of carriers, a group of conduits, a group of religion. I mean, that too. Spiritualists, a group of spiritualists. You got all these group relics, you know. And they're coming together, doing a lot of stuff on you. And oh yeah, and then you got this. They got this cable they use. I call it the hell cable, because you can go to hell playing with something like that easily. Because somebody in my energy, you always try to put you and your man on the front of the. When you playing in my energy, and you feel me, entertaining, you playing with my energy, and you think you got somebody, you put your pictures of you and your man on the thing, like you smiling good, but I know you the one that got that cable. So, and you put your man like, oh baby, We don't want you, you know. We just doing, you know. You all want me. I heal. I don't kill. I heal. I probably heal women from stuff that the doctors can't heal them from. You know what you talking about? Now, I'm tired of y'all little women, bro. You little girls out there. But you little girl get on my nerve, bro. But so whatever, you know. You ain't never had nothing like this before, honey. Ever in your life. It can be a flea and still be better than your display. You better know it. I ain't never had no problem with no women. You see they sacrificing their soul to keep a person stuck. So with that being said, it is what it is. Now, so you got this hell cable. I take it they use that cable to top the knots in the spring. Now you got, for me, for a person that can't go to the doctors and all that, it's two ways. You can elevate with God both ways. You got to utilize both of them ways. You can elevate with God, which is going to take a lot of meditation, a lot of praying. And you're going to get to this realm where they're going to dominate these relics. They're going to dominate this tool, dominate these relics. That's why I ain't trying to, they keep telling me to do that test. I ain't trying to do that test because I'm elevating. And as long as I'm elevating, see, they can stop everything that's around you, but they can't stop you from elevating with God. Because see, when you done been elevating with God as long as I have, you notice when you elevating with God. And I done told y'all the trick to it. All you gotta do is notice when your gene done dominated their gene. That's it. It ain't that hard, man. They made us think everything was hard and difficult. It ain't that hard. Oh, dude, need to. You just getting paid off. I ain't no need to. Cause see, okay, so when you elevating with God and you elevate in this department, your sex department, listen to what I'm telling you, people. Listen, real good. When you elevating with God and you trying to get God to heal a certain department, God is already doing structural plans inside of your root chakra. So when you do that test, if it don't work like they said it's supposed to work, get the knee test. You did knee one time. We get the button. We get the little button. We got your tool right here. We're gonna hit the button this time. We really sorry. We've been doing it. We get paid. Knee test. Well, you bypass all that. If you bypass all that, guys start putting structure, a different structure plan. It's like building a house, a new plan. If you do that knee test and it don't work, you're going to give it to somebody. All that work that God just put in, you're going to give it to somebody else. That's why you got to keep elevating regardless. That's why these other 13 might come in. Because these first 13 is depending on that knee test. They working for the devil. That's what I like to say. But the second 13, I ain't involved in it. And that's why I ain't going to have to go through that with them. See what I'm saying? So they was set up. That group of people was set up as well. That's why I feel sorry for them too. You know what I'm saying? Because they was tricked out of their own blissfulness. So you're when you're draining out all the work that God been putting in, and you can't see this work. You can feel it a little bit, but you can't see it yet until it's completed done. So you get to this realm, what you're gonna do, you're gonna get to let's say it's grandmothers. You got this one group of grandmothers that perfect and doing the lower vibrational group of grandmothers they perfected doing the tension spells. Another high vibrational grandmother can temporarily release it, but not all the time. Then another. Okay, well, the higher vibrational grandmothers, we'll say them, the ones I'm talking about. So let's go back to the tunnel. You walking through this tunnel, you see these knots. But you can't release these knots until you get through this door. This door is where Satan lives, your root chakra, whoever your root chakra is, that's Satan in your tree. You gotta be able to open that door. That door, around that door is ancient is ancient codes. That's why I guess some people say you're supposed to know how to read and read. I don't think I don't know about all that, maybe one day. But I still need it. You still gotta be around people who can kind of coach you through it, just like Melchizedek was to Jesus, famous. I think I'm saying his name was right. Like and like I said, the Jesus also had prophets to help him through. Y'all got me by myself the whole time. I mean, I'm with God, but you know. So you that's why I'm getting this information. I'm sure if I can talk to this somebody that's a prophet that been in this and done perfected this, like somebody in the Catholic, like in the Pope area, they'll know exactly how to reform it to why I get it. You know what I'm saying? But so let's say you got this door, and around this door, it's these ancient letters and hieroglyphs around this door. Can't nobody read it but God and Satan. So if you gotta cross a bridge to get in this thing, which is dark, because it belonged to Satan. So let's say I gotta cross the bridge to my flame to get over there. Let's say she ain't even in there. She on Earth somewhere or whatever. She the one did all that probably before she got here. Oh, I don't know, but let's just say that she might be a stubborn one, boy. And let's just say she did, but she probably didn't do it, you know. But so you gotta get in this room. Ain't nobody knowing the codes to this room but God. So how would you get that through God if Satan not answering the door to get you in there? I mean, you don't want to ask Satan to do it or nothing like that. I'm just saying, if you was going in your own body, you know, this is just a animated little storyline. This ain't nothing like go talk to Satan personally. This ain't what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta get through God. You gotta do it through God. Ain't nobody but Satan and God to read this door and open this door, because that's how bad it is. So when you elevate with God to open this door, God probably won't open this door at first because you're not elevated high enough. So as you elevate high enough, God will eventually open the door, and then these new ancestors, these new guardian angels that overpower the ones that been giving you this headache this whole time. That's why Jesus got to the point. That's how Jesus got to the point where he said he'll tell them, release them, demon. And it'd be a demon, you know what I'm saying? All that's demonic stuff that's holding on your attention like that. So it's something you could just imagine, something just grabbing and holding your attention. And Jesus made them release it. And that's why they was able to go back to normal. Because they couldn't take all that good, all that light. That's why I've been trying to elevate, but I ain't been trying hard enough. I got a couple things I need to get right quick. And then I'm going to try to get on up there some more, man. But I ain't no guarantees, though. Because it's harder than y'all think it is. And it's way more time than you can imagine to put in that department. But, and they gonna be able to open this door and fix all that stuff. Now, another problem would be, the interception to this will be, somebody sold their soul for 10 years. A deal is a deal. You're gonna have to wait till the deal up. That'll be when that door come in. That'll be when that door come in. That's that stay here spell. Now, that's why I told y'all it ain't. Hold on, I'll tell y'all that later. That's that stay here spell. So it's like, it'll be traumatizing to you if you already been going through it before they put that spell on you. And you have to have total faith. And a deal is a deal. You gonna want God to intercept it, but a deal is a deal. You gotta let it play its course. And then you got like I said, meditate, pray. I already forgot what I was gonna tell you. I should have told you when I said I was gonna tell you. Meditate, pray. And I'll tell you something good that Africa need to do. It's really a drum line. It's really a beat you trying to find for that area. Sometimes you'll feel jumping down there. I think that's that beat. You know what I'm saying? You really trying to find that beat again. It's a root chakra beat. And some people will write this off as muscle spasm. That ain't what that is. It's a root chakra beat. And you want to get that beat back. You want to get that beat back. So when you get that beat back, somebody from Africa can make some ancient drums. You know how to talk to somebody old from Africa that know what I'm talking about. And y'all need to put a meditation thing on YouTube for ancient drums for your root chakra. And maybe you can, ain't no maybe about if they did it right, you can listen to that for a while. And that should release them knots easily. That should release them knots because you want to vibrate them knots out. That's what you're doing anyway. You're just going to vibrate the knots out. And it's just got to be that rhythm, I think. But I don't know. I could be wrong, bro. I'm telling you, I had so much time to myself and just thinking about this stuff. That's like this situation. This whole hood actually was under a spell like that because somebody tried to sacrifice this whole neighborhood a long time ago. I remember when I was a kid, some high vibrational, some real, I ain't gonna say high vibrational, but some powerful witches and warlock walked this whole block. And ever since then, this block went down. I know the person who brought them here and everything. They still alive and they went crazy. The whole block went down. They put something on this whole block. The whole block went down instantly. I know the person who did it. I know she's still here, and I know she's crazy. She been crazy ever since she did it. I could take you straight to her house. The whole block went down. She brought them people here, and they put a spell on the whole block. So I ain't saying the whole block tension is bad as others, but I'm saying if this is a knee block, then somebody did spell work. You know what I'm saying? So to the block and gave our needs to somebody else and our all money too. You know what I'm saying? Gave everything to somebody else, bro. So, and I know for a fact, I seen this with my eyes. Take you over there, I drive you over there and watch her go crazy, do crazy stuff. You couldn't get the real ounce out of it. Straight up. Whole block went down, people went to prison, people started dying instantly. She brought all them witchcraft and warlocks. She brought all them witches and warlocks here. They probably put nails all around this place. Graveyard nails. You could just throw them out. I mean, you gotta do something. You know they gotta do that little stuff. Monkey blood. I don't know. I don't know the recipe. I'm just. I don't know what they got going on out there, bro. But anyway, that's what I got gathered up in that whole little thing. Cause it's a headache, y'all. But they keep going. I feel like it's one of Satan's favorite tricks. Well, Since you wanted to get on my nerves about it, you know what I'm saying? Get on my nerves. It's just, I want a job. Can't wait to get me a job. So, because if the energy gonna be on that, you gotta be patient to deal with it, so you can really see what the energy trying to tell you. If that energy keep going, you know, you gotta be patient to deal with it. You gotta have patience of a shepherd, which can take years. And what you have to do is wait for a lot of people to fade out that even put you in it in the first place. And then if the energy's still going in that department, then of course you might need to take a different measure and move different. That's all I know. Otherwise, over here for me, the energy's stuck. It's like I keep seeing ancestors hit a brick wall. I don't know what they doing. It's like they stuck. Like somebody did something. It's like, I think it's got something to do with whoever sold their soul. And that's that devil deal. And that's why the energy just, it don't stay like that. Sometimes they'll get back normal, but it don't stay normal long. They be right back to hitting that wall again. And be like, oh, that's why I say y'all say gonna do this, take this. It don't matter. Because I ain't really getting nothing out of it right now. It don't even matter. Because somebody kept doing spell work. Somebody just kept on going. And it wasn't just one person. It's a few people. I was saying accidentally sold their soul, but now at this rate, they doing it intentionally. People think you gotta do this and do that. They say, all you gotta do is keep participating in magic. All you gotta do is keep doing drugs. You can just keep doing low vibrational stuff. Overly doing low vibrational stuff, you can lose your soul. Let's see what it is possession. All right, let's use a prostitute. Let's say you meet a prostitute that don't want a prostitute, feel like they got a prostitute. Okay, but then they get to the stage where they love the prostitute, where they possess now. Just like the issue with this test, it's always noisy going around trying to make you do it well. That's the same thing. That's possession. That's the same thing with prostitution. It's noises that make you keep going. You feel like you stuck doing something over and over that pertains to prostitution, and you keep going back. You possess now. You're binded. You're binded. Your heart's here. You on your way straight to hell. You done lost, and if you think you some big dog over here, because you're a big dog over there, you done lost your ranking, lost your genetics, you done lost all that. And it's harder for an angel in hell than it is for a human. You done lost all that. You gotta go get it back. While you still alive and on this world, in this world, you can get it back, but you're gonna lose everything. And you're gonna need the one that you probably screwed over royally. All right, now, another example. That's pretty much a good example. That's it. That's a good example. You can just relay that example to everything else. If you overdo something, your heart gets seared, and you start to love doing it, then you are possessed now. Something else done took over you. Your soul done started manifesting in hell. Peace and love out there.